Doris from LookMazing, and I'll be doing a workwear video for you guys today, and I'll be sharing with you what I think are the core essential pieces you should have in building out a versatile workwear wardrobe. So I thought this would be helpful for those of you guys who are in school and transitioning into your first job, or if you just want to redo your whole workwear wardrobe. I thought I'd share the pieces that have really stood the test of time for me as I transitioned through different roles and industries. So I started out in the retail space, and then I moved into the technology space, which is a lot more casual. And then I went into the finance industry, which is a lot more conservative and formal. And then now I'm in a much more of a startup environment in the fashion and beauty space, so it's also a lot more creative. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and share with you guys the pieces that I have. And if you do have any questions, you can definitely let me know down in the comments below. So I'm going to start off with a top. And the first one I have here is a tank top blouse. And this one I love for both spring and summer, and usually when you go outside it's really warm, but when you come back into the office and if there's really strong air conditioning, it gets pretty cold. So I love layering either a sweater or blazer over this. And for material wise, I recommend going with either silk or polyester because it has much more of a dressier feeling than just going with cotton. And I go for solid colors because I like usually dressing it up with more accessories. So, basic piece. So the next top I have here is a classic button-down collared shirt. And this is one of those classic essential pieces, especially for business formal environments. If you watched my interview video, you will have seen that this is the top you should be wearing with your suit. And for these types of tops, you can go with a cotton material and it gives it a much more crisper and sharper look. But if you want to go for something more feminine, I recommend either a silk material, and you can also play around with different colors. It's always great to start off with white and then build out either, I personally prefer pinks and blues. And the most important thing you want to be sure to pay attention to when you're buying a top is that you want to make sure the buttons lie flat, especially from the side view, so you're not exposing anything there. So yeah, so one of those pieces where I would recommend investing in because you would definitely wear this over and over again. So as the temperature gets cooler, I like going for more knit tops, and this one I have here is the turtleneck style, and these are just a lot more softer than a collared shirt, but it still has a very pulled together look, especially if you layer a blazer over this. And I also love going for more neutral colors, and you can play around with different textures as well. You can go for thicker, more chunkier styles, or you can wear it more as a sweater, or you can go for something like this, which is a little bit more delicate. Just be conscious that because it's close to your neck, you want to make sure the material doesn't itch too much. So if you are sensitive to wool, that's something to be careful about. But overall, just a nice layering piece as well. So another piece for more colder months, such as winter, I definitely recommend a sweater. And this one I have here is in the classic V-neck style, and you can definitely go with crew necks or cowl necks, just something that really flatters you and you're comfortable with. And in terms of material, I recommend investing in cashmere because it doesn't wear as much over time, and it still gives you that nice warmth but has a more delicate and luxurious feel to it. And for fit, I would say definitely something that flatters you. I like a little bit of an oversized fit, and I'll usually pair it with skinny bottoms, but I also have a few tailored ones as well. So you can definitely play around with colors and textures as well, just looking for things that really flatter you. So my next piece here is the classic blazer, and this is one of those pieces where I just love wearing both as an outerwear piece in the spring and summer months, and also transition this to my casual wardrobe too. I love pairing a blazer with denim, so it's one of those pieces that will never go out of style, and it's great for layering over all the tops that I mentioned earlier. And the important thing to pay attention about blazers is the fit. So I would say there's three key areas for fit. Is first around the shoulders. You definitely don't want to have anything that's too bulky because then you'll look like you're drowning in your own jacket. And then around the waistline, you can definitely go for a straight fit, which is traditionally more of the popular style for conservative industries, but if you want something a little bit more flattering, you can go for something a little bit more tailored. And then the sleeve length as well. I actually prefer quarter length sleeves because I like my shirt to be sticking out a little bit, and I'll usually fold it in. But for conservative industries, you definitely want a sleeve that goes all the way down past, just a little bit past your wrist. So yeah, so this is my favorite one here, and material wise, you can definitely go for something a little bit more stiff and sharp, or this one here is a little bit more soft and flowy. So the next two pieces I'm going to introduce together because they are related, and they are both work dresses. And the first one I have here is the classic little black dress, and I just love this one because you can just definitely accessorize it up if you want to dress it up, but also throw on a blazer if you're a more conservative environment. And the silhouette of this is just a simple shift dress style, and I like the higher neckline, so you can definitely play around with the neckline, but just overall make sure that it's not too tight or revealing because you definitely want to stay appropriate. And the other style I have here is in a A-line style, which I also really like, and this one especially, it has the little cap sleeve, so if you guys are in environments where you're not sure if you can wear sleeveless tops, I definitely recommend a little cap sleeve like this. And blue and navy are kind of my go-to colors, and for dresses, I love traveling with these for work. Instead of packing both a top and bottom, I find these to be much more convenient because sometimes you might forget the top or the bottom, and they don't tend to wrinkle as much as well. So if you are going to a meeting and then transitioning to drinks or dinner, I find it's easy to accessorize these up or also just throw on a red lip to dress it up. So yeah, so these are my go-to work dresses. So now moving on to bottoms, the first one I have here is just a classic pair of trousers, and I like the simple straight line cut, and this is a little bit more tailored as well and cropped, but if you guys are into more trendy styles, you can go for wide leg pants, culottes, or just stick with the simple classic one. And for pants, I just recommend a lightweight wool material because it's nice and soft and comfortable, but it also looks luxurious as well. So for those of you guys who do have casual Fridays, I recommend going with a pair of dark wash denim, and the pair I have here are just in a simple skinny leg cut. And I love them because they are super stretchy and comfortable, so that's something to consider for denim for work, is that if you are sitting a lot all day, I always love something that's a little bit more softer so it doesn't get uncomfortable. But this you can definitely pair with any of the more dressy tops that I featured, and it's dark enough wash that sometimes it can also pass off as a pair of black pants, so that's also something nice. And definitely I would not recommend anything along the distressed or anything with holes because I think that's a little bit better for just your casual wardrobe. And now moving on to these three pieces that I will introduce together because they go together, is my suit, and I have a skirt here that is in the pencil skirt style, and I'll also wear this just by itself as well, so I like the versatility of pairing it together to be a formal suit, but also just wearing it and pairing it with other tops to make it a little bit more business casual. And for this one, I have just a classic straight leg pair of pants, and for suit colors, I personally prefer this dark charcoal gray color, but black is usually the classic color, and then you can kind of build out from there. So for suit, as I mentioned for the blazer, the most important thing to pay attention to is fit on the top as well as the bottom. So if you guys want a little bit more detail on that, you should definitely reference my interview video because I walk through this suit in pretty much a lot of detail, so I won't cover it here. But overall, just a nice one to invest in because you will wear these even if you're not in a formal environment. You might have meetings or conferences that you go to that you might want to dress business formal for. So now moving on to my outerwear pieces. So I'm starting off with a lightweight one for the spring and fall months, and I just love this classic trench coat. I definitely wear this casually as well, and this one here, the neutral color, just pairs really nicely with everything else, and I find it very comfortable, especially if I'm wearing a lot of different layers. Throwing on this as the outer layer, it tends to give a little bit more room, but definitely sharpens up the whole look. And because I was walking to work for a little bit, I loved the longer length of this because I felt like it really protected me from both the wind and the rain, making sure anything I was wearing underneath didn't get wet. And now my last outerwear piece is a wool coat, and this is definitely for the winter months. And if you guys are in more snowy conditions, since I'm in a more milder climate, I think a lightweight wool coat is sufficient. But if you guys are in snow, you might want to go for much more of a heavier weight wool or even a down jacket. But overall, just a classic one to really pull together, still keeping that nice formal look. And if you wanted to go for a little bit something extra, I recommend playing with the buttons. I like a little bit of detail there, but definitely fit is very important, kind of shoulders and also length, and just making sure that it's not too tight. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video and found it helpful, and if you did, make sure you give me a thumbs up, and I will be covering my accessories and footwear in my next workwear video. And if you guys do have any suggestions on topics you would like to see, definitely let me know in the comments down below. Otherwise, make sure you are subscribed to this channel, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!